Alright then guys, welcome back. So before I get started with the full build breakdown on the 240, let's do a little throwback and show you guys the very first day that I bought the car, give you a little history on that. And then after that, we'll get started on the full build breakdown where I'll tell you guys everything, what kit, the wheel specs, what fenders, hood, mirrors, interior and all that jazz. So a little snippet, but yeah, so let me just go ahead and show you guys the clips and then we'll get started. All right, so my friend Antoine is the one that actually found this car for me. It was his sister's-in-law's car. They were gonna post it for sale, but they gave me the chance to go look at it first. It's a 1992 240 SX with a dual cam KA and an auto trans. But the main thing that made me want to go look at this car is that it was running and driving. Everything worked on it, and at the time I needed a daily to go back to work. So I came to look at the car. It had all the interior. The last thing I wanted was to take somebody else's project. So when I saw this one, I saw that it was like fully complete. And I didn't mind that the paint was kind of rough because either way I was going to throw a kit and it was going to need paint regardless. So a couple weeks later I came back with the cash and I paid $6,000 for this car. It's a big jump from what I paid for my first 240, but the market it's pretty crazy nowadays. So in my opinion, it wasn't too bad for it being fully stock and no issues, working AC, working heater, all that good stuff. And plus I needed a good car. I needed a reliable car for work, so this was the one. And unlike last time with my old 240, doing the JZ swap first and then doing the Aero and stuff like that, I opted to do the Aero first while I saved up money for the JZ swap since the car was pretty good and didn't have no issues. Had to make the car look somewhat cool, so we threw some wheels on it, got a little kit for it, cookie tail lights, redid the whole interior because it was, as you guys can see right here, it was clapped out. But I mean, what could you really expect? It's a 30-plus-year-old car. Alright, so now that you guys have a little bit of history on the car, let's get started. I'll show you guys, let's start off with the interior and then we'll work our way out to the exterior. So the interior is nothing special, it's just pretty clean. I'll start off with the seats. So these are S15 seats. I picked these up probably like a couple months ago, probably like 6 months ago when I redid the whole interior on the car. As you guys can see, I have brand new black carpet all around. I did it all myself. This is a Nardi steering wheel. This is actually the same one that I used to have with my old 240. So it's a special one for me. Probably never gonna get rid of this one. So yeah, it's still automatic, but don't worry about that. The whole plan was to always do the JZ swap, so I didn't even bother manual swapping the KA because I was just gonna get rid of it eventually, regardless. So I was just whipping it like this, and since it was my daily, I was just driving to work. It's pretty chill, but we're definitely gonna have to install the clutch pedal and do the whole manual swap right here. I'll show you guys when that time comes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is my old steering wheel from my old car, and right here, this is a NX 1600 digital cluster. I had to do some trimming and stuff like that just to make it fit. Doesn't fit perfect as you guys can see, like the edges stick out a little bit like that, but I mean overall it's pretty good. It's like a aftermarket plus digital cluster that you could throw in the car. I'll go ahead and I'll throw in a little clip of how it looks like when it's on. The car has no power right now. I still have to finish reinstalling the whole chassis harness on the car. Came with a plug-and-play wiring harness, so it was pretty simple, honestly. At the most, all I really had to do was just trim a little bit behind the dash right here, center of the console right there, and it fits. If you guys are interested, I actually made a video on that. It was one of my first videos ever that I did. So if you guys are interested in probably doing this to your car, it's pretty sick. I would check it out. I'll probably put the video link description right here up top. Oh, I have a dash cover, so I'm kind of catfishing you guys with the dash cover right here. It's not mint, but it looks mint to me. I mean, you can't really tell. The only way you can really tell is like on the edges right here. But I mean, who cares, honestly? It's looks clean enough to me. I guess I could show you guys the stereo. See if this thing even wants to move. Yeah, I'll show you guys like that. This is a MBH 1600, I believe, or something like that, but it's a full digital stereo. Nothing really too much going on in the interior. Like I said, it was my daily, so I don't go too crazy with it. But eventually I do want to get some bucket seats for the car because with the 2J swap, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be wild. But yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Now we can actually start with the fun stuff, the exterior. All right, where should I start off? You know what, let's start from the rear end and then work our way up. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. So As most of you guys know, these are kooky taillights. You know, that's the most common upgrade that you could do on these cars. It's a classic look, so you can't beat the classic. This is a D-Max swing. Here, I'll show you guys like another little angle where it looks pretty sick. It's a D-Max swing. One of my boys that was stationed in Japan, he actually hit me up and he told me, because he found out about what happened to my old 240, and he just wanted to help out in any way, and he told me, hey bro, I'm stationed in Japan, so like if you need any parts or anything, just go ahead and let me know. So shout out to you, Kenny, you're a real one, bro. Shipped me out the D-Max hood, brand new in box, directly from D-Max, so that was pretty sick. Got here like in a week too, that was fucking crazy. I don't even know how that was possible. Stock rear bumper, so nothing's done to that right there. And the kit, so it's part of the whole kit that comes with the skirts, front bumper, rear bumper. It's just an add-on to the OEM bumper, but this is a Shinato sexy style rear bumper for the car. In my opinion, it's pretty, I like it. It's nothing too crazy, and I don't like it either too with some aftermarket bumpers. When you change the whole rear end, like you got like a big ass gap right here, and I don't know, it kind of bugs me. So I just, you know, decided to stay with the OEM Plus. So that's that. What else? All right, let's move on to the rear overs. So for the rear overs, these are actually charge speed 50mm rear over fenders. They're the same as the fronts with the charge speed 20mm front fenders, vented fenders. That's the only way you can really fit big ass lips on the 240. Other than that, you can't really fit anything wider than like a 9.5 in the rear, because after that you're gonna have to pretty much run hella camber, or you can't go hella low. And you know, this car sits pretty low. I like the fitment on this one. It's goated in my opinion. Also, don't judge me on the kit. I just kind of half-assed threw it on because I'm still working on the car, but I did promise you guys a build breakdown on the whip, so I just threw it on kind of like that. So it's not perfect, but for the video it will do. Oh yeah, shout out to the homie that hooked me up with this kit. So he found out what happened to my old whip, and he literally had the same kit. I think it was just chilling, like he didn't have it on his car. It was like an extra kit that he had for backup, and he literally told me, he was like, hey bro, like, you know what, like you ran the same kit on my car, like I'd rather just have you run it on your new one. And I was like, what the fuck, bro, you for real? He was like, yup, he hooked it up. So shout out to you, bro, you're a real one. I'll put your IG right here. So yeah, he hooked it up with the kit. But like I said, what's funny about it is that the side skirts that he gave me, I kind of forgot to put the screw in the center or underneath the door jamb right there. So I only run zip ties on the whole car. So I was on my way to work, cruising, and then all of a sudden I hear something hella loud, just bah. And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked through my little mirrors and all I see is my side skirt just flying off in the freeway, dude. That shit was hella crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. Fuck it, oh well. So when I went to go pick up the over fenders, like I said, I got these from Charge Speed USA. I went to SoCal and I picked up the rears and the fronts, and then I stopped at Shinato, and I also got new skirts. So these are pretty much brand new. So with the mirrors. So these mirrors are actually Aero 23. Shout out to them. So I bought a first set for my first 240 for the V1, but they also found, like I said, a lot of people actually like helped out, like reached out to me, and they helped out as much as they could. I'm hella appreciative about all the help that this car got back then. But yeah, so they actually reached out to me, and since I bought a first set for the V1 240, they were like, hey, we're sorry what happened to your car. Like, whenever you have a new car, just let us know. If we make mirrors for it, we're gonna give you a free set on us. So shout out to Aero 23. If you guys are interested in getting some mirrors for your car, I would definitely check them out, because I mean, nowadays the Ganadors they're sick and all, but they're hella expensive. But yeah, like in my opinion though, you could spend the money like on something else instead of spending like $1,500 on mirrors just to be able to look back. But like I said, I'm not gonna hate on that. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. But they hooked it up, so I threw these on. These are actually if I'm not mistaken, these are actually the first left-hand drive oriented mirror, so they have way more visibility than the regular right-hand drive ones, because the orientation on the right-hand drive is for the other side. So with these on the left side, you could see way better than like the first ones that I had on the V1. But that's pretty sick. So yeah, I forgot to even mention the wheels. So some of you guys know these are SSR Minervas. They're 18-inch The fronts are 18 by 9 plus 22, I believe, something like that. And then the rears are 18 by 10 minus 22, I believe. I forgot, honestly. I have to double check through my notes, but it's pretty high negative offset. So like I said, I had to run over fenders to make it fit. I tried making these fit with stock body, but nah, it wasn't working out. I had to pull the rears way too much, and I didn't like how it looked, so we just ended up chopping it up and throwing some over fenders. I really like these over fenders though. They kind of remind me of like the little GTR style over fenders, because they're not like super aggressive, but they do have like a little hip to them. Either way, with the 2J swap, I was most likely gonna have to chop it up because I'm not gonna be able to fit some meat in the rear end like that. Pause. But yeah. And like I said, those are the fronts. Just got them back from Chrome as well, so they're hidden right now for sure. Before I jump into the suspension and stuff like that, let's finish with the kit. So this is an M Sport vented hood for a 240. It's actually in carbon, but you can't really, let me see if I can make the camera focus. Yeah, it's actually in carbon, but the car's kind of wet, you can't really tell, but it's hella light. It's a light ass fucking hood. And like I said, the whole plan with this 240 was to always try to make it a little bit better than my last one. The last one I was rocking a fiberglass one, and then for this one I opted out with the carbon fiber one. Honestly, it was just because I did order a fiberglass one, but they told me, hey, it's not in stock, like it's gonna take longer, but we have a carbon one. And I was like, you know what, the difference wasn't that much, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. But yeah, so that's the carbon fiber M Sport hood. It's sick as fuck in my opinion. It's probably my favorite part about the car, because it's just sick. It looks hella dope. Also my headlight covers, let me see, you kind of see, these are carbon fiber as well. So the story on this is actually pretty dope. So yeah, it's hella funny how I got those carbon fiber lid covers. So that when I went to go pick up the fenders, the guys that were working there at Charge Speed told me like they heard about my car, and like they were trying to help out. And I told them, like, I asked them like, hey, any chance you guys still have like the carbon fiber lids? Because I remember Charge Speed used to make them for 240s back in the day, but he told me they were discontinued. But they do a bunch of custom work there at that shop, so he told me, he was like, hey, if you decide to send us the mold of your original headlight covers, we'll go ahead and reproduce them in carbon fiber, and we'll go ahead and send you the fresh set. So that's how that worked out. I sent my original covers in. It took them probably like 2 or 3 months, and then they hit me back up. They shipped it back, and here they are. It's pretty sick. Matches the hood, so it's pretty dope. It's a nice little touch, you know, that makes the 240 a little bit different than others. The front bumper, like I said, Shine Auto. It has some cracks right now, but I'm not worried about that. It's gonna get fixed eventually, before paint for sure. But it's pretty sick, pretty sick. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, the kit isn't fully on. Like right here, like I don't even have a zip tie right here. You can see. I just threw it on and it fits pretty good. So I say it's always worth it to spend a little bit more money like on body kits and stuff like that, fiberglass, because if you cheap out, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to make it fit. And honestly, it's not, in my opinion, it's not even worth it. Unless you're like a body guy and you enjoy doing that type of stuff, go ahead. But me, not really. I'm a do-it-yourself type of guy, but that's a little too much. Fiberglass is annoying in my opinion, so I'd just rather have somebody else that knows how to fix it for me if I have to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I forgot anything else. Let me see. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the aero and all that stuff. The only thing that's pretty much left is just like the suspension and stuff like that. Oh, and I can show you guys the engine bay too. I mean, there's nothing in it, but dude, the hood isn't even bolted up. I just fucking threw it on like that. Okay. Yeah, like I said, like everything lines up pretty good. It's not even bolted up. It's crazy. So yeah, this is pretty much under the hood. I did respray the engine bay, so it's pretty much done. It's just a little bit dirty. It's been sitting, but it's not bad. What else do I have to do before I even get started on dropping in the motor or anything like that? I have to finish installing the chassis harness and just make sure I line up everything exactly how it was before. Still got a bunch of work left to do. I gotta get rid of the original sway bar. Can't be running that with the JZ swap. Pretty much it for underneath the engine bay. already redid the brake booster as well. It looks pretty brand new. Sanded it down and resprayed it and all that fun stuff. It's not bad. What else? Oh yeah, let's get to the suspension. So for suspension, for coilovers, I'm rocking Stance coilovers. Pretty solid. I used to have Fortunatos before on my old car, and they ride pretty similar to them, so it's nothing much that I could really say about that. Those are they're good quality coilovers for sure. Let me go ahead and show you guys the suspension on the car though, because I do have a full angle kit. Let me show you. Turn the wheel all the way. Got a stupid angle for sure. It's not even full lock yet. Look at the hood though, that shit looks crazy. It's like the only part that has clear coat. But yeah, let's see. For suspension. So yeah, like I said, I'm running Stance coilovers. As you guys can see right here. Pretty good. They go pretty low. I'm not even maxed out yet, but with the full PBM angle kit, lower control arms, knuckles, all that jazz. And then for the brake setup, I told you guys the whole plan was to go with the JZ swap, 2J swap. So when I did the brakes and all that stuff, the suspension, I said fuck it, I gotta do the brakes as well. And we went with CTSV calipers. So for this, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is retap the knuckle, and then you have to use an adapter bracket that they sell, and then pretty much the CTSV calipers are bolt-on. I'm also running with the 350Z Brembo package rotors, so these rotors are fucking huge compared to original on the 240, so that's pretty sick. We definitely gotta have stopping power, because if not, it's gonna be no bueno. It's gonna be the end of slat S13 for sure. But that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else I can show you guys. I mean, the car doesn't run. I wish I had the 2J swap in the car already. I have the engine right here though. This is chilling right here. Sick. The next step for this, I'm still waiting for the gasket kit to come in. And I just picked up a GoPro, so with the GoPro, I'm gonna just have the head mount, and I'm gonna start taking everything apart, taking the intake manifold off. I already thought about it, and we're definitely gonna get rid of these. I'm not even gonna bother dealing with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and either throw them away or sell them or something. I don't even know if they're worth anything. But I definitely do want to go single turbo. Nothing crazy. I'm trying to go start off with like a little decently priced manifold and a nice decently priced turbo as well, because I'm not rich, I'm not balling, so at least to start off, you know, just to have fun with the car like that. And then after that, we'll probably upgrade to a nicer turbo and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm still waiting for the gaskets to come in, and once the gaskets come in, then I'll start taking everything apart, reseal the whole engine from top to bottom, except for like the only thing I'm probably not gonna change is like the head gasket. But we don't want to open up the 2J and let all the Toyota magic out, if we don't have to, at least not yet. Just waiting on the gasket. That should be coming in pretty soon, probably hopefully like a week or two more. It's out of stock, so I just gotta wait a little bit, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's the free sauce, the free game for the 240. If you guys want to build something similar, like I said, for fiberglass and stuff like that, yes, it's expensive, yes, it's hard to get, yes, this is a long wait time, but in my opinion, it's worth it. Because then if you cheap out and you go with a cheaper kit, like it's not gonna fit good, honestly. And it's just, like I said, you're gonna wish you just spent a little couple extra $100 and you could have just thrown it on your car. Like I told you guys, like everything is being held on with zip ties on my car right now. It's not even properly mounted. I only have one screw holding it in right here, as you guys can see. Only one screw holding on the rear bumper, and one zip tie on each end. Once we start getting parts in for the 2J swap, then we'll start messing it with a little bit more. But like I said, I still have to finish putting in the chassis harness and all that stuff. I was planning on dropping the subframe and repainting the steering rack as well, but honestly, I might just send it. I don't really feel like, it's not a show car. Yeah, we're just probably gonna send it like that. We don't have to do all that, honestly. That might be doing a little too much. Making sure I didn't forget anything else to show you guys. That's pretty much it. You already know, filming on point, always, for sure. Nothing too special, just a little 240 on chrome wheels with a nice kit. Nothing too crazy, simple. don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. We got a bunch of more content. The Supra's over here. Let me show you guys the Supra real quick. Here's the Supra. Brother Supra, sick. In the next video, you guys are gonna see us picking up the R154, doing the R154 swap, and there's a car meet that we're trying to make it to, so hopefully if everything goes well, we'll be able to make it to the meet by then. But if you guys also want to see a build breakdown on my brother's car, just go ahead and let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.